All right, let's do this again. It's garden tour time, and it's about somewhere around the 20th of July. I didn't get the exact date, but it's right in that area. And you can see how big things have gotten along this edge and other places. These are a little droopy because I haven't watered them yet. They'll firm up. There's actually some fruit or vegetables, I should say, that are forming. This one over here is a zucchini, and over there I think you can see a yellow squash forming up. So there's that, and then these are cucumbers and more yellow squash I can see because I can see them forming. This is the oh geez, the greens I grew, not mustard greens, colliard, that's it. And I believe these are Trombosinos squashes. They're all in here. They're all doing all right. They're growing quickly. And the Trombosinos are starting to spread out and vine along. Here's the only pole bean seeds that I get to grow out of a single packet of pole bean seeds. All the others I had were not viable. They wouldn't germinate. I just got done pulling out weeds down here last night and planting regular bush beans for a second crop, but I don't have any pole beans to plant. I'm not going to buy it by the package either. So over here, more squash and cucumbers. Actually, I see a cucumber. Look at that. I think, yeah, right there. There's one. Little plant, little cucumber. Over there are the tomatoes. Nothing's ripened yet. I'm waiting to see which ones of these are the cherries. They'll be the first ones to give fruit. And we have the experiment that worked nice one year, and I'm doing it again, and there it is, cabbage. And I have several others. This is one that never seems to work well, the peppers. Probably going to give up on peppers. But the cabbage works well. Here's a bunch more, all slowly heading up. That other one was in better shape. We just go down the rows here. There's more of the tomatoes, and then we get over here. 1, 2, 3 Brussels sprout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 broccoli, of which I really have. I just got a tiny bit from it tonight. I'm not sure if that's a cabbage or what. I think that's actually supposed to be romaine. I think that's supposed to be a romaine also. Don't know if I'll get anything. 1, 2, 3 more Brussels sprouts, another romaine, very stunted. I don't know if that's a romaine. These are actually greens too. And I haven't tried to pick any, and maybe a mistake. In the pot, I think that in the garden here, in the pot, is where I grow the best of the peppers. The other ones just seem to stunt their growth. You saw the others. And there's some more, and they're all short, and I think even the one in the barrel is, but here we have bush beans with a lot of weeds. I think I told you weeds just totally blew up on me, and I haven't been able to keep up. As you can see, I'm just now starting to remove weeds from the beans, and down here where the weeds completely killed off everything, didn't get any snap peas, and I don't know what I planted down here, but it's all nothing but weeds now. I'm going to pull them all out and maybe plant some second crops of things. Like I could try, for a change, a second crop of peas to mature, out in the area of September, October. I've never tried that. It's supposed to work, but I've never actually done it. So maybe I'll do that as something to get the peas on the back end for the ones that didn't germinate. Because it was peas and well, basically all those seeds were non-viable. More tomatoes here. I think these are all the cherry tomatoes on this row, from what I can see in the greenies. And then there's a few more squash over here that I transplanted. They're all doing well. I should get a lot of squash this year. That's doing well. And as you can see, the Jerusalem artichoke's doing just fine. And down behind there, there's the catmint, which I did harvest a little bit from last year. Just a little bit, not a lot, but I don't do anything for it. So what I want, let's see, it's in here. It's totally kind of shielded behind these huge, I think that isn't a Jerusalem artichoke. I think is a, what's taken over out here is, I think I said, is bittersweet. So I think that's a bittersweet growing up, the Jerusalem artichoke that I got to pull out. It's another one growing up the fence over there. The bittersweet is everywhere around here. I looked around my block, it's everywhere. It's taking over and trying to squash out everything. These are the irises. So, all right, that's basically the garden as it is. We'll go outside, do a quick trip there, and we'll end this quicker than the last one, which took a half an hour. But it'll be a lot faster than the photography, a lot shakier. It's on the outside of the garden. I did not do well with rhubarb. In fact, I didn't get to really get any. I'm just trying to get these to start growing big again. So I'm mulching them, I'm putting plant food, all that stuff. So that's that. Tons of grapes firming up. You can see bunches of them in here if you really look careful. So lots of Concord grapes. Don't have to do a darn thing to get those. And there are some apples in the apple tree, way up at the top for the most part, but there are some down below. They're not really growing great yet. Like you can see, sort of see one right there, but they're there here and there. They may all disappear later on me, like last year. Maybe the squirrels get hungry. I know that the deer are very hungry. They quite honestly have eaten themselves out of their resources, and the herd of deer needs to be called, unfortunately. Well, Mother Nature will probably call it just through starving them off and getting eaten alive with ticks and fleas and stuff, as it does happen. Oh, look who's walking around. It's the other half. It's half of the other half. All right. Just a quick tour around the front, and then that's it. This is the hydrangea, which didn't give me a single bloom this year. Not a one. Nice and big, but no blooms. These did great with the blooms on the nope, drawing another blank. Hosta. This is this ornamental grass we have. This is lamb's ear. I don't know what that other thing over there is. Judy had the name for these. I don't know what the name for these is. I'm just going to say beautiful flowers, because that means I don't know. So I don't know what these are, but they did great this year. There's the other peppers, not even half as high as the ones in the pot in my garden. So I don't know what the story is there. Judy pulled up a whole bunch of those Johnny jump ups, but she left enough that it's enjoyable to look at. And this is suffering from something, you can see on the leaves, but this is a peony plant, never bloomed. This one over here did bloom. This one never did. Maybe later it will. Another hosta. I have to cut this up every year. Lots of Swiss chard. This is growing great. More Johnny jump ups down there, and I don't know what that is. This next thing is indescript. I'm pulling it all out. This right in the middle there, it's going to get pulled out. We'll figure something else to go in there. Don't know what this is, but it's going to bloom later. These are blooming. They're gorgeous. Judy said what it was. I can't remember. This was the tickweed. It's gone by. This is another peony plant, which is being crowded out by everything, as you can see, including this giant rhododendron. So I'll probably have to trim that down. And finally, the front of the yard here. I don't know how often my finger has made it into the picture, but just in case, there it is. Usually I manage to get it in there. This is the hibiscus, has not bloomed yet, but it looks like we'll have tons of them. I planted a new hibiscus, so I didn't show it, did I? Again, I don't know what these are, but they were beautiful when they were in full bloom. They're gone by now, these red flowers. There's a few left that you can see. There's my unity sign for my Middle Ground organization. no labels. And there are lots of these plants, the Japanese lantern that Judy adores, so we'll be getting a lot of Japanese lanterns there. There's a rhododendron here. It's also kind of crowded out on one side. And this is a weed, so I have no idea what any of it is, but this weed, if I let it grow, it blooms for quite some time and looks gorgeous, just like this. And then eventually I have to get rid of it. And right up through this weed is truly another weed. I don't know what this is, but you can see it there. So, things looking good. That's an abbreviated garden tour. Wow, 10 minutes. Yeah, third the normal time. But that's okay. And we'll just end it at this point. Bye-bye.